So, ladies and gentlemen, I am coming up to my 4th year anniversary as an agency owner, and it's been a bumpy ride. From signing my first $400 a month client to then 8 months later hitting my first $10,000 a month with social media management and content creation, and really having more of a successful creative agency, and then pivoting to having an advertising agency. And for a little while, really struggling to get clients with the results that they needed in order for them to stay long term, to finally making it work. And then from there, starting to sign $10,000 a month clients and actually hitting my first $100,000 a month profit in July of 2019. And all of this, I've documented on my YouTube for the past 4 years, everything from being in clients' offices in 2017 to like breakdowns prior or after I had a sales meeting. Obviously, back in the day, I had sales meetings. I didn't do it via Zoom, so I couldn't record and vlog it in the same way that I have, literally in the past couple months. I've documented, done sales calls analysis, obviously while keeping anonymity from the client side. But yeah, I guess my point is it's been a long ride. I look back at the past 4 years with so much joy and gratitude because my agency truly has made me the man I am today. For me, it's not so much that I'm at a point where my agency is making me $60,000 to $70,000 a month profit. For me, it genuinely is like who I've become in the making. And I know that sounds so goddamn cliche, but in today's video, I really want to talk about why you should only focus on SMMA in 2020. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is just kind of the nature of the business model itself. And this isn't just having a social media marketing agency, it's really being in any service-based business, because I've just noticed that when you're in the service-based business, after the first 12 to 18 months, things just seem to get so much smoother for you as a business owner. And I've talked to obviously owning GrowYourAgency.com, the largest education company on earth specifically for agency owners. Like, I have a lot of experience talking to agency owners and really intimately getting to know the timelines and stories of many agency owners. And I constantly see it at that 12 to 18 month mark. Everything just seems to click. They seem to become really strong in their resolve as an agency owner. And this is why the agency is so incredible, because you compare it to, say, something like, for example, being a YouTuber or even just having a personal brand. Like, to be honest, most people get bored of you really quick. Like, I haven't seen many personal brands, or at least 90% of personal brands kind of vanish after 2 years because like people are fickle. People just get bored of you. In the same way with clothing lines, it's so hard unless you've been around for decades and decades as a clothing line to constantly innovate and keep people interested and intrigued. So really the best thing you can do is get that first year out of the way, because unlike other business models, rather than, as I said, being a YouTuber, having a personal brand, having a clothing line, having a physical product, like the longer you go, it ages like a fine wine. So you might as well get that first year. And that, I'm gonna hold my hands up and say that first year can be brutal, but once you get that first year out the way, you just have so much confidence as an agency owner. It's hard to describe. And the other thing is, I have never met an agency owner who's been going at it for 2 years. And that doesn't mean that, they've had their website up for 2 years and, every 3 months they reach out to one client. It's like, no. Someone who is actually committed to having an agency and is taking steps every single day. I've never seen anyone who's run an agency for 2 years making less than $10,000 a month. So you are better off getting started sooner rather than later, getting that first year out of the way, because as I said, there's something really powerful that happens at that 12-month to 18-month mark. The next reason you should only focus on SMA in 2020 is it can be a vehicle, not the destination. Now for me, my agency will forever be my cash and lifestyle business. And outside of financially, even just being an asset, it's been hugely beneficial, because anytime I walk into a room, I'm immediately valuable to everyone in there. Plus, pretty much everyone in there could be a potential client, or I could refer to one of my strategic referral partners and actually get a kickback, which, by the way, from my strategic referral partners, I make around 4 or 5K a month, because I introduce around 8 to 10 clients on any given month to my strategic referral partners. And honestly, the amount of times I've come into a room and someone is like, oh, this is the marketing wizard. This person will literally change your entire business. Even if they're not a client in my niche, I can still give them advice and guidance. And what it's done for my network, being an agency owner, is ridiculous. I have been able to network and actually bring value to the table at certain tables that I would never get at if I wasn't an agency owner. So that's what an agency does for me. That said, I know that for some people, they just want to take their agency profits and then invest most of that into property and then even retire. I mean, all friends, I'm doing the same thing in 2021. Literally 70% of all money I make from my agency is going straight into real estate every single month, because that's the other thing with an agency, you don't need a big cash reserve, because if you're running an agency boutique and the way that I teach all my students, you should be lean and you should always have really good cash flow and really good margins. So as I said, I know that for a lot of people, they want to have their agency because it's such an incredible cash flow business. You know, you'll hear big numbers in other business models, but once again, they're talking revenue. Like, profit is the only thing that matters. So you have such an immense amount of profit that then you can then go ahead and invest. So I know that's the lane for some people, and I've seen this quite a lot, is they will have an agency for 2, 3, 4 years, and then on the side, they'll start kind of their passion business and they'll use their knowledge from agency life to grow that business. For example, that's what I did with GrowYourAgency.com. Like, you guys all know, my mission is to reform the education system. For me, my online education company and platform, that's my way in order to do. Actually, no, first, that's one of a 100-step plan in order to accomplish that, a 40, 50-year plan. But nonetheless, I've been able to build my education company, or for example, my clothing line. I've been able to build that because of the knowledge that I've acquired as an agency owner. And I've seen that quite a lot, where there are agency owners that run the business for 2, 3, 4 years. They get to a point where they just kind of want to maintain it. And then they want to take the cash flow from that and then the knowledge from that and then use that to go ahead and build a new product-based business. So I guess my point here is that you don't need to be married to your agency like I am, and and have in mind that it'll be with you for 30, 40, 50 years like I do in my head. But as I said, it is a vehicle, or it can be a vehicle, not a destination, and you have a lot of flexibility with it. Like, that's the other thing to mention. If I was ever to shut down my agency, it would take me probably 24 hours, maybe a week. I could very easily just tell my clients, look, something's come up, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to shut down the business, blah, blah. If I tried to do that with Gadzhi, or I tried to do that with GrowYourAgency.com, I think to shut down those businesses would take me a year at this point, because I'm almost enslaved to those businesses. Like, there's so many routes built out for that. There's so much operationally that goes into it. With my agency, it's just my clients and my team, and with my team, I could give them a 3-month severance package. But I guess that's my point. For some of you guys, you don't even need to worry about that, because you could just be working with contractors on a per month, per client basis. Now, the last reason that you should only focus on SMA in 2020 is because there is nothing else out there that makes you such a good entrepreneur. Here's the thing, with a lot of other business models, you're just a one-trick pony, and they lure you in with fake and bullshit, like top line revenue numbers, which doesn't mean anything. Look, as an agency owner, you're going to learn how to deliver services, how to deal with a team, how to prospect, how to sign clients, how to manage clients. And that might sound a little scary to you because you're dealing with humans, but just stop running away from the hard thing, because as I said, that's what I love so much about having an agency, is every single person I know who has gotten into agency life, they've become such a good entrepreneur. And once again, it doesn't matter whether it is a vehicle for you or whether it's the final destination. The skills and talents you acquire as an agency owner will carry through for the rest of your life. And for me, I think it's so beautiful that as an agency owner, you're not just this one-trick pony. You are a well-rounded entrepreneur, and whether you carry on your agency for the rest of your life, whether you then go ahead and take that knowledge, like, that's a beautiful thing. Like, you can take your knowledge as an agency owner, and then if in 10, 15, 20 years down the line, you become a real estate developer, you become a real estate investor, you can use all that knowledge in order to market your properties. Like, here's the thing, every single business owner out there needs someone to help them with their marketing, except for you, because you don't need to rely on anyone else. You will know how to do it. So ladies and gentlemen, for those 3 reasons, you should drop everything you are doing and focus exclusively on SMMA in 2020. Now, for today's giveaway, down in the comments section below, it'll be a pinned post so you can see who is the winner for today's Gadzhi giveaway. To be automatically drawn into today's giveaway, all you have to do is comment within the first 2 hours. And if you haven't done that, make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn on post notifications, because you always got next video as a chance. The most important thing is that you comment within the first 2 hours, because to be honest, I want to show my love to the people who have post notifications turned on and are commenting and engaging within the first 2 hours. And apart from that, if you want to find out a little bit more about how we get our students such ridiculous results, a little bit more about our framework, our methodology, and maybe any last final questions you have about what it's like being an agency owner, what goes into it, etc., etc., I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link down below. You can actually book in a call with Caden, who is my student success manager here at GrowYourAgency.com. He'll answer any last final questions you have. In fact, if you go to the first link, that'll take you to the agency incubator sales page. You can scroll down and then you can book in a call with either Max or Caden. Most likely now, I think it'll assign to Caden. It just depends on how busy their schedules are, etc., etc. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.